All right, welcome back, everybody. Let's go ahead and kick off this series here. We're going to go ahead with part one today. We're going to talk about finding and implementing a strategy. As a new trader, you may come into this market not knowing what strategy to use. You're looking for maybe a higher win rate, maybe a higher R&R. We will go over everything today and talk about which is best for each trader to coincide with. Now, when you are doing these strategies and you are figuring out what strategy works for you, I want you to always ask yourself, how do I know what works for me? And what you'll find out when you ask yourself that question, the biggest thing that will work for you every single time is going to be what is the most comfortable. So, what makes sense to you? This could either be smart money concepts, this could be ICT, this could be EMAs, this could be a plenty of different things that coincide with a strategy. I will personally say that I do not like indicators. I think that is already shown. So, I am more of a price action slash institutional based trader. I trade based on more of a smart money concept idea than I do any other concept. So that's how I figured out what works for me. It was comfortable, it made sense. So you guys need to implement the same exact thing. Now, as far as how you can practice, this can be shown from back testing, this can be shown from forward testing, but I will say the best practice that you can find with trading is going to be actual live trading. This is with real funds for you to be able to see the emotions as well when you are trading. This game is 100% experience. So once you figure out what works for you, once you've been back testing, once you've been forward testing, and once you have been actually trading, that's going to be what allows you to continue to find comfortability within that one system. Now, I will also tell you, when you find that one system, do not switch. When you have something that is comfortable for you, do not switch. Stick to that one system and refine that over time. That is what's going to allow you the best comfortability and a job like system for you to find that profitability. So there are many different examples of strategies, but ones that we will just go over with today with some examples is going to be institutional trading, ICT, VWAP, EMAs, and patterns. These are some that are most popular within the markets. These is what people use to find an institutional perspective on where they believe price is going to go direction wise. So what we do with these strategies is we use them to figure out that direction. We're using a strategy to figure out if price is going to go up or down, and then we can use that to execute based upon that. We're going to go ahead and jump into systematic and pattern trading now. All right, now there is a huge difference between systematic and pattern trading. Systematic trading is going to be what we want to do as traders. We do not want to get into pattern trading. As humans, patterns are what we go to normally for our brains. Our brains are going to take shortcuts, so we love patterns. Now, the systematic trading type of setup is going to be a plan is set before execution. We are going to have step-by-step execution, and we stay to a fixed risk. Now, with pattern trading, this shows more of gambling behavior. There is no plan before an execution is made, and we just take a trade because we believe price looks good. This can lead to very, very bad habits in trading. This can lead to you revenge trading. This can lead to you FOMOing into trades that you don't need to be in. This can lead you to not take trades and make you start to take breaks. All of these things are going to be bad for you as a retail trader. We do not want to pattern trade. So when we have a system, something that has a step-by-step plan for entry with an exit as well, that will allow us to stick to a fixed risk, stay more comfortable in our trades, and continue to trade over time on the same exact system. All right, so as far as examples for systematic and pattern trading, let's start off with our pattern trading. Now, imagine you just woke up, you decided you wanted to make some money today. You could do it through trading just by pressing a button on your phone, right? This is how it can be dangerous because it is so easy to trade and so easy to access these markets nowadays. But with pattern trading, we woke up, we got on the charts, we wanted to make some money, and we took a trade with no plan in mind. This proceeds to gambling behavior. This is what we want to stray away from. So we're going to focus on more systematic trading where we wait for, in my example, a 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. liquidity sweep. We waited for the sweep of liquidity, waited for a break of structure, and then targeted the opposing liquidity. There is always a plan every single time. We waited for a certain time. We waited for certain steps, certain behaviors for the price to show before we decided to take entry, to execute, and to exit as well. Those are going to be the biggest differences between systematic and pattern trading. So stray away from the pattern trading and stay to the systematic trading. Now, examples on my specific strategy are going to be later in this series. You can also join the Discord at discord.gg/leverage to get in. You can see the entire example of why I trade, when I trade, at the times that I trade, with a time and risk management system as well. So if you're interested in that, please shoot me a DM or hit me up wherever you can. But now let's go into refining your strategy. So this is something that once you have found something that is comfortable, something that makes sense, and allows you to figure out some type of directional bias on the market for a specific time, then you're going to take that and you're going to use that and refine that over time. Refinement of those strategies is what brings those traders full profitability. They find one and they stick with one and they continue with that. So this is going to include no strategy hopping, finding one, staying with one, sticking to that. Stick to what is comfortable, stick to what makes sense. Focus on simplicity. So simplicity is going to be making it the easiest and most simple thing to understand, something that you could teach a 10-year-old if you really needed to, right? So focus on simplicity, and that will allow it to be secondhand. So it will be less thinking, more doing, less thinking about the charts, less thinking about what's going on in the background, and only focused on just straight execution based on a plan that you already have set for yourself. So to do this on the psychological side over time, figure out the times of the day that you do your best work, that you have the most peace, and that will allow you to trade comfortably with the most clear mind, and then start to collect that data over time. So once you start to collect live data, your days that you have your most wins, your days that you have your most losses, these are going to allow you to now start to use that data to minimize your risk. So if you use that data to minimize your risk, you will be focusing on what you can only control, which is your risk management. Remember, traders that are going to make it over time are the ones that can manage risk the best. They are the ones that are the most disciplined, and they are the ones that stick to the one same exact strategy every single time. So don't try to switch it up. It may be frustrating over time, but remember, this is a business, something that you are going to build up, and it is going to take time. So grant yourself that time. Understand that this is something that is long term. We're going to make a lot of money in a little bit of time, hypothetically, of course, right? But understanding that is the same exact thing as somebody, look, who's a doctor, right? They use 8 years of their time to continue and be a doctor and make 300,000 a year. We're trying to make that 300,000 in months, right? Stick away from that understanding of money and then only stick to that system. It will take time and it will be something that you will have to refine. So, with a little summary and kind of going over the same thing that we talked about before, implementing this strategy into your life is going to look like finding your best times to trade, using those times to then find your best days to trade, and then figure out what is most comfortable for you. If it makes sense, stick with that, stay with that, and do not go from there. Now, as far as implementing it into your daily life, as far as execution goes, we just want to practice, practice, practice. Then use that data to determine your refinement. And then once you do that, only focus on following your rules. That is going to allow you to detach from the money and only focus on the system that you have in place. Once that system is down pat, then you are good to go. All that follows from there is consistent repetition and execution. All right, now the last thing as far as your strategy goes, when you are figuring out a good strategy, it is good to focus on your risk to reward and your win rate. Now, we must understand risk to reward versus win rate as well. When looking for a good strategy, focus on your risk to reward. Your risk to reward is what going to be that brings you actual profits over time versus your win rate. Your win rate places dependency on uncertain outcome. You don't know if you're going to win, you do not know if you are going to lose, but you can only control how much you are going to lose and when you are going to lose that. So don't focus too much on your win rate. That is not something that will be too important. But again, all you really need is a 1-to-1 R and over 50% to be profitable. So make it simple and make it easy. Don't focus on too much. Just only focus on your R&R over time. If your R&R is still showing profitable, then you are very profitable for your specific trading time. Math says you will be profitable over time. All you have to do is focus on your system. So stay to your system, stay to your rules, and do not sway from those rules. This is something over time that you will refine, something that over time will start to be second hand. You will start to just see it on the charts. Everything will be clear. You will start to take those trades relentlessly, and that's when you'll see that full profitability that you are looking for. All right, so now with a summary, we need to find and stick to what is comfortable. And then once you find that, use that strategy and refine that strategy over time. You're going to use live data to determine that as well. Focus on your R&R and your consistency, and that is what is going to bring you that profit overall. So keep working, keep studying. This is something that over time, again, will be what you refine. So don't focus on trying to get it right now or understand it right now. Just only sit there with an open mind and focus on learning. Again, with the strategy and with risk management and time management, everything that we are going to go over in this series, there will also be examples of how I trade as well later in the series. If you guys want to see that as well, you can join the Discord at discord.gg/leverage. So please go ahead and do that as well. Would love to have you guys in the 1% Academy, in the community trading with us. So with that said, thank you for everybody that showed up today. I appreciate all of your hard work and all of your effort. You guys sitting up, showing up, and being consistent every single day is what is going to bring you that profit you look for. So thanks again. Please drop a like and subscribe to see the next video. We will be dropping, like I said, one every single day for the next 2 weeks in a row. So I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.